Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Toon Review YouTube channel for tonight's TTR Friday. I'm Paul. I'm joined by Lady Sam and Alex. Unfortunately, Billy is poorly and can't make it. He was unwell this morning, but he still crawled out to do the reaction show. But best wishes to Billy and hope he gets well soon. But we do have these two characters in tonight, so it should be still a very, very good show. If you do enjoy it, of course, please do hit that thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel and like what you see, please subscribe. It is free to do so. And of course, you can support the channel in the usual two ways. First of all, by membership, which is the join button just underneath the three of us. And of course, super chats are also available, which is the $sign underneath the live chat. And that will guarantee your comments to be read out live on the show. We do have Tony Douglas, who has signed up to membership. Thank you very much, Tony. Much appreciated. Right before we went live. So thank you very much for that again. Good evening, colleagues.
Good evening.
All right.
Well, somebody's got to say the Billy phrase. Come on, guys.
And hello to everybody in viewerland as well.
Yay! Of course. It is Friday, guys. It is TTR Friday. The best way to spend your Friday night with us to have a good chat about footy and also, well, what these guys are unhappy with. Sam's wine and Alex's shamed by Stato will both take place tonight. And just to let you know, Sam, that Ian Bell, the man in the bath, is in the chat. Just to update you. So I would take it that by the end of this show, Sam might be drinking out of the bottle, not pouring it into the glass. But we will see as time goes on. Everybody commenting saying sexy specs on Sam. Well, she's worn spectacles before on the show, so it's nothing new. Sometimes she has to wear them to take the focus off her crazy hair sometimes. And well, to be honest,
at least I've got some, Howie.
But that's very true. Yes, you have. I am very jealous of people that have hair. But you know what it is? There's a new little glasses shop opened up in the Metro Centre. I don't know whether Sam, you've been and you've seen it. It's they were on Dragon's Den, and it's just like, you know how you get them little stalls in the middle of the aisle, Sam, as you walk through the Metro Centre.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's a little glasses place, and they do funky glasses, and they're only charging 75 quid for the glasses and the lenses and the coating. But the glasses are really funky style. So I think I'm going to head there and get a pair, because you just take your normal glasses in. They can obviously get the prescription off what you've already got, and then you can. He makes them within 20 minutes, so you don't have to send them away for a week.
You are like
Sam, I've come to the stage in life where things like glasses, hoovers, washing machines, fish, all sorts. They're the kind of things that get me fizzed, and a Susan, of course. You know, that's
wowza. Well, viewers in Viewerland, get excited for next Friday when Paul comes in with these Dame Edna-esque glasses. So I think we can all look forward to that.
Come on,
I'm singled out here that I don't wear glasses for the screen in front of me.
Oh,
well,
that's okay.
Yes, but you do have to wear glasses at certain times, don't you, Alex?
Oh, they broke.
I have seen you in a pair of Spectacalos before. So do not deny that you have not got problems with your sight. Because, I mean, Billy has, but for very different reasons.
You'll be all right.
Yeah, absolutely. Elton John ones would look great, says Stephen Harker. I mean, come on, guys.
Yes.
By the way, I do not have good vision. For anybody just sort of, I don't have 20/20 vision. My eyesight is probably worse than Paul and Sam's.
Is this a shame thing? Are you ashamed?
It's not that. It's that they break, and then I just don't have time to just go. I just push it so far down my priorities list. I went back and they went, "Oh, sorry, your prescription's out of date. You've got to pay for a new eye test." I'm like, "No, just take this and just make me new glasses." They're like, "Is it against the law to give me glasses with the old prescription?" Yes.
Not in the
Alex, your mic's not on, matey.
Is it not?
No, it's a computer.
So I've got my head next to this glowing thing for no reason at all. Right,
yes.
Hello.
There you go. That's see what I mean about radio voices, Sam, I was talking about earlier. That's the kind of...
Thought you were just having a rabbit on as usual. I didn't really pay much attention, but
there's no point even talking to you at times, is there? It is just like having an annoying little sister. It really is.
Oh, it's cute though, right?
I love her. Guys, when I talk about glasses, right?
Oh God, you're still on it. Wow.
Yes, but I'd just like to explain that I can't win because when I have these glasses on, I need to take them off and put another pair of glasses on to read my phone properly.
Oh, you're one of them. You need... Oh, actually, no, I do remember. I have seen you do that before. It's quite funny.
Yes, and then when I've got my contact lenses in, I can see perfectly a long way, but I need glasses on to read close up.
The day he gives up is the day he's got a bit of string for one of the pairs.
Well, my daughter's coming up 23 next year. She's got a pair of glasses, and I swear to God, she looks like that bloke out of Coronation Street. She's got that much sellotape on them. It's ridiculous. But anyway, right. Shall we move on, guys? Because we haven't had your opinions on a few things because we haven't seen you for a couple of nights. Obviously, Lewis Hall's inclusion into the England squad. What do you make of that, then, Sam?
Sorry, do you want Alex? Did you desperately?
I'm really sorry. I've completely expected that to be directed at me, and I was ready to talk. Oh, okay, let me turn this off.
Yes, my opinion first. Absolutely tremendous news and well deserved. I think it was really exciting to see that it wasn't just the Newcastle fan base that was actually calling for it as well. Like the pundits we've seen on This Is Football, them shouting for it as well. So, high profiled people saying the same things as Newcastle fans. I think we can often be accused of maybe turning up the volume and boasting about our own a little bit, but this is completely the right thing to do. That position has been wanting for a while in the England squad, and who better? Absolutely fantastic. He's put the work in and now seeing the fruits of the labour. Yes, get in.
Absolutely. People are saying that Stato's confused because he's on the bottom row tonight. Well, I've put Sam up there simply because I don't want to be accused of sticking the woman on the bottom again. You know what I mean? Because I got loads of comments last time saying, "Oh, Sam's just stuck out the way, in the kitchen," kind of thing. So I've put her up to, to be my. Left. Well, I mean, it's
a reach. That is. People
say strange things, Alex. People say strange things.
Goodness me, are you feeling a bit left out, Alex? I don't mind going downstairs. It's I live in a bungalow anyway. It's fine.
There's so many dirty men in this chat. He has just pricked up Sam and thought, "Here it is, Friday. She's off again." Oh my God! Dear.
I've been to work for 2 days. I've been demoted.
Yes, you have. Anyway, tell us what you think of Lewis Hall, Alex. Here's your moment.
Well, I mean, it's one of those kind of. I did say that me and Billy are quite happily gloating on this week by week now because we put our neck on the line for a lot of opinions and we get shamed for some of them. And this is one, fortunately, that we were both right about. We watched Lewis Hall come on as a sub for Chelsea ages ago and thought, bloody hell, this kid's knows how to play football, really technically gifted.
Absolutely.
And you can see how good of a technician he is. And now he's obviously added to the defensive qualities in his game, a bit more experienced, a bit more physical, and it's been coming. And that was in my season prediction I said that the standout thing was going to be that Lewis Hall would make the England team this season at some
You are
point.
truly like an elephant, aren't you? You really are. You don't forget anything. I mean,
well, that was my main call. We all did like a main call of what we think might happen this season, and I said Lewis Hall will break into the England team at some point this year. And I wasn't maybe expecting it to be quite this quick, because I thought we might use Lloyd Kelly, because I mean, why did we buy him otherwise? But never mind, that's a conversation for another time. But yeah, it's fantastic, and he deserves it. 3 games on the trot. He's been so consistent, and he's one of those players where when you try and describe his game, you're using adjectives that are just nice. You describe it as silky and, you know, things like that. He's just got that about his game, and he deserves it. He's done so much work. He obviously was out in the cold out in the cold, a bit harsh, but he was working away in silence behind the scenes, improving. Yeah, and he's done his hard work, and he fully deserves it. I almost feel a little bit proud, because he's just fantastic. It's really, really nice for him.
And Tino Livermento's been called into the England squad as well. The under 21s. I just need to fit that in, Alex. But I'm sure. Listen, I don't think Tino will be. I genuinely think that there'll have been a conversation held with Tino from the England camp and some of the players that aren't involved this time. It looks a bit to me like it's a kind of Tuchel's advising of some players he wanted to see, and Carsley's brought some players in that he's just given an opportunity.
Specifically said that's not the case.
Well, Carsley can go to hell for me. I mean, Carsley's just
I am a little bit confused by some of the inclusions. I must admit, the Kyle Walker one, although I rate Kyle Walker still a lot higher than some people do. Some people have said it's done now. I don't know. I still think he's got a lot to offer, but I feel like we need to pick a lane. If we're picking Kyle Walker now, it needs to be because he's going to be in the next tournament. Yeah. If he's not, don't pick him now. That's a waste of a pick. You need to just put new players in. There's no point. So we just need to get Thomas Tuchel in. I don't know why we're waiting.
I know. Personally, I just want to see the back of Carsley. I think he's just a massive spunk bubble, and I just get lost. You know what I mean?
It's just a weird purgatory phase where we just don't know.
Yeah. I've no idea what a spunk bubble is, by the way. That word just came into my head, which is rather concerning. Anyway, Terence Ankers, thank you very much for your super chat. Hello. I've been watching you guys for months. I've been a member for a month now. Love this show. First time I've been able to send a message. Well, thank you very much, Terence. And that is your first super chat as well on the show. So well done, and thank you very much. Now, also, we'll talk about what Eddie Howe had to say a little bit later, but we've also got this mysterious story now floating around. That Jose Mourinho wants to become Newcastle manager should Eddie Howe depart. Now, Eddie did say something in the press conference, which kind of, I think, has pricked everyone's ears up and thought, what's going on there? When he basically said that he wants to get everything in place and have a fantastic squad and a fantastic situation for whoever comes in next. And everybody's sort of just gone, what's he trying to say? Is there a cryptic message in there? For me, not at all. All he's saying is that he wants the very best out of this squad. He wants to take this squad to the very top. And then whoever replaces him, Sam, comes in to an atmosphere that Eddie didn't come into. Eddie had to do a lot of work. And, we know where we were when Eddie took over, but this is very different.
I am appalled at the timing of this. It's 3rd year anniversary, and I'm sure that we'll talk about that later for Eddie, and we've got some great memories because of that appointment. I believe what this marks in the statement that he made during the press conference is actually somebody who deeply cares about the club that he works for. Ultimately, this is a job, but he loves it. Yeah. He loves it so much that he thinks about succession planning when he eventually does move on. It's not lost on anybody that managers' careers are very short and fraught with roller coaster rides. And I think it's really sad that it's come out at this time. It's really frustrating. But I think him just planning for the success of the future is probably based on a bad experience that he's had, and he doesn't want that to draw the club back in the future when he does eventually move on. That's what it is for me. Do you know what? Like, looking for these stories out of something so minuscule. Is it that hard to really figure this one out?
Well, it doesn't really surprise me. Alex, I mean, I don't think the media can sort of I don't think they can get it right. I mean, half the media is saying it's true, and half the media is saying it's all bullshit. I mean, it seems to have kicked off amongst the media.
Yeah. I mean, I've got to be careful how I phrase this, but obviously there are certain people that have come out quite confused about this. Like Luke Edwards has called it out, and I completely agree with Luke Edwards. It's like, okay, yeah, cool story, bro. It's one of those kind of things. I think the Mag have called it out specifically as well. And it's just one of those things where, is it possible that somebody within a circle of circles within a circle has heard about this? Yes. But I just get bored of it, because it's what we spoke about 3 or 4 weeks ago on a TTR Friday, where I'm whinging about journalists, which is the only difference between an in the know and a journalist is a degree, is a BA. That's it. You've got journalists who have got friends who are ex-coaches, agents, that they follow the family of players and things like that, and they've got their sources, and then in the knows effectively try to do the same thing. Just one has a bit of paper and one doesn't, and I've probably rustled a few feathers there. I appreciate that people who are professionally trained obviously do a lot of practice and writing and work for different publications and have mentors, and they go through a big journey for a proper career. However, when stuff like this gets released, it gets everybody's backs up, because it's predatory almost for a fan base, and it's not nice. It seems like this has happened a lot recently, that when we have something nice to celebrate, a journalist will throw something quite shady out there to kind of put a dampener on things, and it's happened a lot, and it's just a bit frustrating. So it's I mean, for anybody who doesn't know this, who's kind of out the loop, it was the Sunderland enthusiast Louise Taylor of The Guardian, that well-renowned sports paper that writes about politics and economics mostly, having a crack at football for a change. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Are there straws to be clutched at? Yeah, of course there are. It's Jose, the godfather that was Sir Bobby Robson from Pep and him, and it's always going to be a link that's never ever going to go away until Jose's reputation is too far gone. And it's pretty bad right now. I can't see any big clubs taking a chance on him, because he's kind of, I like Jose a lot. I think he's a fantastic manager, but
yeah, I just tend to think he's at his day, Alex. I think he's at the wrong end of his career now, and
he's still a good manager. But for what we want,
yeah, but he just complains all the time. That's all he does now.
Yeah, there is that as well, and we want it to be about the black and white, not about Jose. Yeah. It's not the Jose Mourinho show, and it would be with him. As good as he is as a manager and as a coach, it's not his show. It's about the club.
Steve Cook makes a good point, actually. He says, funny how there was no word of this when we struggled, but now we are picking up, and it's Eddie's anniversary. They know all about it. I call bull. Yeah, it's, I mean, look, we know that Alex is very complimentary of the media on a lot of occasions. So am I. I have a lot of good things to say about the media from time to time, but that's an interesting grimace you've got going on there, Sam.
Did you like it?
Yeah. I
can't control my facial leakage sometimes. Apologies. Sorry.
Facial leakage.
Can we not label it that, please?
I
know Billy's not here, but we don't have to compensate.
Add it to the book.
I think Sam's like maybe thinking that tonight she has to take. Oh, hang on a minute.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. She has summoned Billy by talking about facial leakage. Billy has appeared in the green room backstage.
Well, look who it is.
Facial leakage. Good grief.
Get in.
Billy, now this is 23 minutes late. Now, you said that if you weren't there at 7, you wouldn't be on, because I've been telling everyone that you've been poorly. So
I have been poorly. I am poorly, but I was watching and thinking, no, this is good fun. I think I'm getting involved in it.
Oh, go on, then. Facial leakage. I'll get involved.
Okay. Yeah. Have you ever heard that phrase before?
Never.
Like
Pastor's radio, yeah, but not facial leakage.
Well, she said something else about going down earlier on the show, Billy. So
I saw.
Yeah. See, she's in one of them moods, Billy. She's in one of them moods. But Alex did do your phrase at the start of the show. You probably saw that.
I didn't see that. Yes, thank you, Alex.
Yeah, I mean, people don't want to watch anymore if we don't say hello to everybody in Viewerland. It's just part of the part of the thing now. So do we have a Billy's Beef tonight then, Billy?
I'll think of one. Yeah, why not?
Oh, well, there you go. Okay, we'll do this one for... I'm intrigued to know what this one will be tonight.
Oh, my God! What is that?
It's sweeter than molasses. Shit got gliss on my wrist like a maverick. She a rich little bitch with some baggage.
It is, of course, time for Sam's Wine. Let's hear it, Sam.
Well, this is a bit of a general football wine. Now, I'm absolutely foaming about this. So, as you know, we have the War Lasses show on a Tuesday night now, and it's all about promoting the women's team and women's football in general. You know, we're doing the news coverage of the Lionesses as well, which is great, and it's getting a great response. And thanks to everybody who's watching this now, who's tuning in, week out. It's great. What has grinded my gears today is seeing what has happened to the Arsenal women's team. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, what you're talking about Arsenal for, but this actually has a bigger effect on women's football. So people might not be aware, but there is a UEFA match against Bayern, which has been booked since September, by the way. But due to the men's cup tie, they are being asked to now remove that fixture and forfeit, which I think is absolutely disgraceful. The women's game was booked in September. I think they've sold about 55,000 tickets for it. Mm-hmm. And now UEFA are actually saying that the women are not allowed to move that fixture. They have to forfeit it, and they can't move grounds either, which I think is an absolute disgrace for the families who've bought tickets, travel, accommodation on top of that as well. And if we think back not so long ago, Man United's little move when, the men need new training facilities, booted the women out of their training facilities and put them into porta cabins. So this is just a continuation of that lack of purpose behind what the women's game is. You know, we talk to this, one team now, one team mentality, and like I hate saying the word equality, but this is what it's coming into. We're not trying to have comparisons for the game because they're completely different in terms of physicality is obviously the main one, and pace obviously, but there's still a place for it, and that doesn't mean it has to come lower down on the pecking order to the point where you've got to disappoint 55,000 fans going to a stadium for a cup tie that was only actually arranged last week. I just think it's an absolute disgrace. And to coin a phrase, which I absolutely love, it's an oldie but a goodie, a bit like Paul, but be grateful that we want equality and not revenge. It is absolutely boiling me today. It's boiling.
You can't tell.
Me. What is it exactly, Sam? Because I'm out of the loop. Is it Bayern that are trying to cancel this? Is it Arsenal? Who's doing it?
It's because of Arsenal's fixture. It's that they've got a cup tie which has been
so it's
placed.
The Arsenal men's team that are causing this.
Yes.
Carabao Cup tie must be, I guess.
It is indeed. And the other thing is UEFA are not allowing them to even move the match. So they're not allowed to move the date and time, and they're also not allowed to move stadiums, which has them absolutely hog-tied that they have to forfeit. I just think
Sam,
it's disgraceful. Yes.
Hog-tied?
That's a phrase.
Is it?
Sorry.
I'm hearing things today that I've never bloody heard of. I mean, Billy came out with something earlier on.
Please, somebody validate me in the chat because I feel like I'm just talking.
No, I've heard of hog-tied.
See,
I mean, Billy mentioned a pig in an alley this morning, and I was completely frigging thrown by that.
Actually, a pug, Paul.
I beg your pardon?
Well,
no, it was someone that's bandy.
I know I've got pugs, but Billy was talking about pigs in alleys, Alex.
And bandy can't stop a pig in a ginnel or an alley or an entry or whatever.
I mean,
I think we've gone through too many analogies now. I think it's.
I think the animals. I think the animals are getting a bad ride tonight.
We've got Arsenal fans in the chat, haven't we? Peter Bodefjord should be ashamed.
Hogtied is an American phrase.
Sorry,
Mark. Hang on, I'm just checking this comment before I read it out because it's from Mark. Oh, it's probably something Sam's interested in. Hog tied is when all 4 limbs are tied together behind the back.
I need to
Wow.
The shop's open for business, folks.
Oh dear God! Wow. Okay. Well, Sam, very. Yeah, that was an excellent Sam's wine, and very appropriate. And it just goes to show that maybe certain aspects of the game still are shoving the women's game to the back of the pack. When it shouldn't be. I mean, what's Billy? Your thoughts?
Is the Arsenal women's game a European Cup tie?
Yes.
They're having to forfeit a European Cup tie
against Bayern Munich.
I mean, come on, that's just outrageous.
Yeah.
It's almost as bad as not being given tickets for an award ceremony that we're nominated in. You know, it's
Can you imagine?
Madness.
I mean, I agree 100% with that, Billy Trey. It's a bit of a mental thing, but yeah, it's shocking, really. And considering that, I think the fact that it's a European game as well, and it's wrong. It's wrong. You can't tell me they can't do something about it and work it out somewhere along the line. But
I believe that Arsenal are trying to work with UEFA, with all due respect, to see what can be done. But again, it's moving a fixture when families have already paid for tickets. We know that the women's games are geared towards a family environment and getting younger fans in and getting getting young women into the game as well. So, yeah, not great and not a good sign of their one team mentality.
Right, so let's hang on. Mark says behind a human's back when you hog tie a human, in front of an animal when a pig, for example, is hog tied to be transported after slaughtering. Welcome to TTR Friday, everybody. Tom says the Carabao Cup game can surely be switched to the other night, Tuesday or Wednesday, surely. I mean, why can't they do that? It's not like, it's a couple of weeks away yet. Surely they could
but
do
with it
that.
being London, they have to check police availability and other fixtures that are on. There's more to it than that, I believe.
Well, I know, but it's bloody London,
I'm guessing the Arsenal game is going to be on Sky as well. I bet they're involved in it somewhere down the line.
Yeah. Zayf Infinity says, Paul, what do you think of Matt Target? I would just release him. Useless. He's 7th choice. Well, I mean, yeah, me and Billy spoke about this earlier on. Sammy's still missing with itchy feet, apparently.
Oh, be fair. It is we don't know the extent of his eczema.
That's 6 weeks, Sam. 6 weeks.
It's clearly causing great irritation, as it is to me right now, not having him anywhere to be seen. I think what's really frustrating is the wages. Geez, the positions that we've been in, and now we're down a player for what is a really bad skin condition, but we would like to think that it could be managed appropriately, given that he's an athlete. I don't know if he's actually had any flare-ups to this magnitude before, but I certainly haven't heard about this before.
Graham, I haven't missed your super chat. I've got it right in front of me now. Thank you very much. He says, looking slick, Billy.
Thank you very much.
So, well, there you go. You're looking slick on this Friday Eve.
Although, Billy, why have you shaved?
Oh, I was doing my pissing head in.
No, well, I know why he shaved. I know why he shaved, right? Because on the show this morning, right? Well, in fact, I picked up on this about a week ago. Me and Billy I had a conversation with Billy before we went live, just asking him if he had any plans over Christmas for, maybe, going to some shopping centres.
Did you call him Santa Claus and he's made him shave?
I may have done. However, there is also quite a few viewers this morning made that point as well, saying, Billy, are you preparing for Christmas? Are you going to be busy?
Now we're going to lose because when we win, Billy doesn't shave until it's good luck.
This is what I'm talking about.
If we lose to Forest, that is on everybody who mocked Billy this morning.
That's on you for saying it.
Hey, don't blame me.
I thought you were going to blame me for it.
No, don't be putting the
Or we
blame
could
on me
just blame
because
Billy, yeah.
I'm not.
Billy
Downstairs.
Billy just laughed it off. To be listen to him downstairs. She's loving being in the top row tonight, isn't she?
I do.
Oh, she's going to be shaved downstairs as well. Christ.
Good evening, Manscaped. How are you doing?
Hey.
You know, I'm still waiting for them to get back in touch, you know, because I just want to see Alex do that advert with a kiwi fruit, and then Sam do one with a watermelon or something. You know, just
A watermelon? What are you?
What are you shaving on a watermelon?
Why
What
am I
watermelons are you
watermelon?
buying?
I'm talking about size, really, because I think, you know, we each would have to do a certain fruit or vegetable
If
for an
your watermelons
advert.
in the northeast are getting furry, then there's something going wrong.
Nothing
Yeah,
wrong
you
with
go and
furry
have a look at me.
watermelons.
God almighty.
Actually, there is. There's lots wrong with furry watermelons. To be fair.
Yeah. Concerns.
Billy's dated lots of Russian women
Yeah. Oh, dear.
or Germans. They like the old,
Germans.
they like the 70s doormats, don't they?
Oh, Christ, they do indeed, yeah.
Yeah.
I met this woman in Paris actually.
Oh my God, here we go.
It's not, I'm not saying what you think I am. But she had like hairy pits, and I was just quite surprised. I didn't look and think, oh, that's a look I'd like to try. But yeah, it was culturally interesting. People do things differently. Anyway.
I once went out with a German woman who came into the bedroom with just a pair of black gloves on and a pair of black socks, and she looked like the five of spades.
Jesus Christ. Why is she wearing black gloves, so Billy? Oh my God! I don't understand why, if she's in the bedroom, she's wearing black gloves and black shoes.
I don't really understand the reference, and it's still really funny.
Are you kidding me, Alex? Think of the five of spades and think of a woman standing.
No,
I'm not
I
getting
know
into
that
it, man.
bit, but I still don't get the black gloves bit.
I don't know why she's got gloves on in a hotel room.
Well,
Well, it's Jesus Christ. Oh my God. I think we need to break off
I
into
love
a
that there are
segue.
people trying to force through football questions. No, we are talking about the five of spades. We will get there.
That's what TTR is all about. TTR Friday is not all about football, trust me. But anyway, let's break into a segment for this, shall we? Take it away, Stato. Who are you shaming this week?
Oh, I don't know how to phrase it. Right, let's phrase it quickly. People's views on Sean Longstaff and his perceived value and impact. That sounds like a thesis title, doesn't it? All right, people who don't like Sean, basically, or do like Sean too much. I feel like there's people too far on both sides of these extremes, and it's getting a bit out of hand, and it's just giving the media so much ammunition. So Sean Longstaff is a good player, a good squad player who can sometimes and frequently be in the starting 11, and is very physical, is a shuttler of the ball, and works really, really hard. And that is who he is. But some people have now kind of carried stats too far, suggesting that we can't win without him, because that's kind of happened so far this season, despite it was only on.
This really boils your pay up, doesn't it, Alex?
It's really frustrating me that
yeah,
people are pushing
yeah.
the narrative on such small data. It's so annoying. So I know I talked about this last week, but it needs to be mentioned again. Sean is a good Premier League quality player who is useful in a lot of top half squads, in my opinion. But Sean being included in the Everton lineup, well, in the game against Everton, would not have made Anthony Gordon score that pen. So that is irrelevant. The Man City fixture, I don't think creates us another goal or stops the goal being conceded. And then what was the game after Everton? I can't even remember anymore. Brighton, the Brighton game. Having Sean in does not stop Fabian Schär making that error for the goal conceded. I don't think it provides us any additional creativity either to get a goal. So I feel like this has been hugely overinflated. Is Sean a useful player? Is he possibly quite underrated? Yeah, I think he is underrated. He's a decent player, but this whole narrative of we weren't winning without Sean in the team, and now we're winning with Sean in the team and stuff. It's far too childish and basic of an opinion it's just getting on my nerves, because people who are paid to write about football are pushing that narrative onto fans. So there are hardworking people that don't have time to do a lot of football research. They will open an app or open a newspaper to get their information. And I feel like personally the football information is being misrepresented, and it's not correct. And that is one of the whole reasons I'm on this channel, is because I don't want things to be misrepresented. I want people to see all the facts and be able to make their own opinions based on what is true. And I just think people are pushing loads of really weird narratives about Sean. And I think something slightly more central is probably the correct opinion, that he's just a decent player who has helped us and will continue to help us for a while. We might as well keep him and support him. But I'm not buying this whole, we can't win without Sean. That's a bit of a stretch.
Yes. We did have quite the discussion about that the other night. But I guess, Mark's come up with a good point. Why don't we just all agree that he's a good squad player? And
I haven't seen Adam Clary's video on him, by the way. I'll go and watch it. I've worked with Adam before, so but I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Listen, who would you rather have in the team, Billy? Scott McTominay or Sean Longstaff? Or Mr. Ed?
I mean, Scott McTominay gets you goals. I mean, he's doing well in Italy. You got to give him credit for it. Would Sean Longstaff be able to have that impact in Italy that he's having? Well, I have my doubts. But I'd still sooner have Sean Longstaff.
Well, that was very Irish, Billy. But Sam, what do you want?
Do you know what? I think we have players who can be tools in the box for the right formation and the right opponent. Sean, the likes of Dan Burn, for me, are tools in the box. He does a job. I think he had a very difficult period where we all, read him to bits, and that's our right to do as a fan base. I do personally think he gets a bit of a hard time now, and we're just hearing the echoes of that time when he did really struggle. It wasn't released by the club at the time how many injections he was having. So I think a lot of the backlash was caused because of the lack of communication over how badly he was suffering. Multiple injections for every game just to get him on that field and help us through a really difficult period. So there is partially the media team to actually blame for the type of backlash that he has. I agree with Alex. I think it's ridiculous to think, oh well, we only win when he's in the side, because what is he, a good luck charm or something? Has he got like a rabbit foot down or something? No, of course he doesn't. So let's step away from that and just look at how the game is played. Want to come here, we do player ratings for it, or check out just general player ratings that you can get online, but we're going to give you the honest opinion on it. Simple as that.
That is fair enough. That is fair enough.
Well, can I just mention something from a little while ago about Sean? Do you remember, I think this was not long after the Arsenal game that ended up on the Amazon documentary, where we were at St. James's Park when we beat them 2-1.
Yeah.
That game, a few weeks after that, obviously we discussed Sean and his new contract, and a lot of people didn't want him to get that new contract and were a bit confused by it. And we looked at his data on the show and stuff that summer, and this was when FBref hadn't been bought out, and they still had a pressures metric. And Sean Longstaff was in the top 4% in Europe for pressures per 90. And we kind of theorized, look, that's potentially why he's being used and nurtured and having his contract extended, because he's homegrown, trained at club, and he's an absolute workhorse, and the data backs that up. and he's still being used in that role to this day. So it's been there for all to see for like 3 years.
I mean, pre-Tonali, aside without Sean Longstaff in, we get overrun in midfield.
We did say
the game away. We lost 3-0. No Sean Longstaff.
And we did say Longstaff is better in the side because it helps Bruno a lot. And look, I think at the end of the day, Sean for me is a perfectly good squad player, and I'm happy to have him there. And I think the bottom line is, at the end of the day, it's up to Newcastle what they want to do with him. I've seen reports today saying that he's had his contract extended. There's nothing official on that, but I do expect it to be extended so that he doesn't walk on a free. Because I think that would be a cardinal sin if we let him walk on a free. Because I think we can get a decent amount for him if they choose to sell him. But his interview earlier on the week was very interesting as well, when he said, about his career. If it's here, great. If it's somewhere else, great. So, I don't think even he knows at the minute. But anyway, it's now time for this. And while the intro's on, I will open up the lines for you to join us on the Fan Forum and have your say on Newcastle. But the mood Billy's in, God help us to know what this might be.
Here's Billy.
Statos disappeared off the face of the earth. But anyway, maybe he doesn't like watching the intro because he gets turned on. I just want to, excuse me, just because a man and a woman have a bit of banter, that's classed as flirting, is it? I mean, she's like a sister, man. Honestly, thank you for your super chat and that, but the comment is just pathetic, to be honest. And wow. I mean, what the hell's the matter with people? Billy, who's your beef with?
Well, it's been a tough one this week, but owners of football clubs who try to make footballing decisions based on diddly squats, and I'm talking specifically about the manager or the ex-manager of my local side, Mark Robbins, who got sacked this week.
Yeah. After
taking Coventry City to Wembley 4 or 5 times, after getting them 2 promotions, after almost getting a kick away from the FA Cup final, a kick away from the Premier League. Given the fact he took over, they were going down to League 2, no money in the club, not a ground to play in. I mean, the man's done an absolute miraculous job at Coventry City, and with the first bad spell he's had, he's getting sacked. It's just absolutely scandalous. And there's context behind it. He's like a couple of his backroom staff have left this summer. One went to the MLS to become a coach over there. His mate of years has gone elsewhere as well. Players have come to end of contract, they haven't been renewed and they've gone away. The likes of Callum O'Hare, people like that. So, I mean, before the season even started, Mark Robbins was playing from beyond the 8 ball. And now there's links with Frank Lampard and Lee Carsley, ex-Coventry player, of course, to replace Mark Robbins. But surely you don't you don't cut off your nose to spite your face. Mark Robbins has been nothing but terrific for Coventry City. Yeah. To sack him in such a cowardly and horrible way, as all sackings are, to be honest. Just smacks of, I don't know. I can't even find a word to describe it. It's disgusting. The bloke's been nothing but he's Mr. Coventry City. And I've got no affinity with Coventry City apart from the side of my hometown and the ground up the road. But, I mean, any football man that gets sacked after having a record like that, it's wrong. It's totally wrong.
It is. Obviously, we had a conversation about this morning, didn't we, Billy? And just what he's done for that football club is incredible. And the first little bit of trouble, they pulled the trigger on him. I think it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, given how well he's done for that club. And
the headlines are crazy about it, to be fair.
Well, I mean, look to last season. They were an offside away from beating Manchester United, and to be fair, it wasn't even offside.
Very good.
You know, just a disgrace, absolute disgrace. But well said, Billy. Sticking by your man.
Can I just add to Billy for his the actual headlines are backing up what Billy says. The BBC have said glorious light goes out. Shock at Robin's exit. Yep. Even the English Football League's most durable manager has succumbed. Like every single article is very, very, 420 games for Coventry over 2 spells. So it is quite an interesting sacking, to be fair.
And Trevor's right. That decision to not give Coventry that goal cost Newcastle United Europe.
Well, there's that as well. Absolutely. Right, let's bring some peeps on. We'll get through them. We've got quite a few actually waiting tonight. First one, funny enough. And we got John Adams as well. Peter, good evening.
How you doing?
Not too bad. What do you want to say tonight, mate?
Yeah, very tough game. It'll be on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Forest are up there for a reason. Played some really, really good football. Well, we're in for a really tough game.
John, hello from New Zealand. It looks rather pleasant where you are.
Yeah, I'm on my brother-in-law's farm right now. So my last day in New Zealand. Tomorrow I head for the Toon.
Yes, you do.
Ooh, nice.
Very much looking forward to it, aren't you? How are you feeling ahead of the Forest game?
Yeah, it's going to agree with Peter. It's going to be a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
But with the form from the last couple of games, if they can carry that forward and play that well away from home, we're in with a good chance.
Pete, obviously Chris Wood. Are you worried about him with the way our centre backs are right now, or do you think?
Yeah, I am. Well, I am a bit concerned there. We know Shane Burnett being quite sluggish as of late, so.
Sorry, Pete. Did you just put the word "for" and Chris Wood in the same sentence there?
No.
I'm pretty sure you did.
But yeah, I am really concerned with their Ben Share at the moment because they are looking very slow at the moment. I wouldn't mind personally changing in the middle of defence, even though probably Eddie's not going to do it. But I dread to think what could happen to both of them.
Yeah, absolutely. John, are you concerned about the Forest game? Because obviously Anderson's playing well, Wood's playing well, but it's not just them. They're up there in the top 4 for a reason at the minute. They're playing good football.
Yeah, and they've been consistent too. Yeah, I'd be.
Yeah, they are.
I'd rather see Lloyd Kelly starting instead of Byrne. Maybe even Kraft instead of Share.
Yeah, you even said it as well.
Yeah, I don't think we'll change the two. I don't think we'll change it. I think it'll be the same team. Yeah, well, yeah. Sam, are you thinking the same team?
I think it will be the same team, but I think we need Kelly. I do think we need Kelly. I think we're going to need that pace. We're going to need that hunger and attack. Shaw's not been at the races. His head's not been in it, and there's been some unforgivable stuff recently from Shaw. He's not been the same since coming back from the international break. So I would agree with both.
Fair enough. Guys, by the way, we've got a very, very special guest joining us. And I think we should be absolutely honoured right now to have this guy on.
It's not the guy in the bath, is it?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. The one, the only, Tom Selleck, ladies and gentlemen, is with us.
Oh, Jimmy.
Hello.
Jimmy, should you not be out solving crime somewhere?
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe.
There's a few times to self over there at the minute, Jimmy.
I'm not going to insult Lady Sam because I like her.
No, well, feel free to, by the way. Anyway, Jimmy, that face furniture's getting bigger.
That's what she said.
No. Why do I never learn? Why do I never learn? Anyway, Jimmy, how's it been for you the last few days in America? I bet you're elated.
Hey, people voted, people chose. It happens. It's not the first election I've lost. It won't be the last.
No, you put that in better ways than you put on social media, mate.
Well, I'm still going to keep my beliefs, but it happened. Shit happened.
Good on you.
Well,
we have this run. I mean, guy. I'm pretty sure there's not a lot of Prime Minister fans on this panel right now.
Yeah.
We've not liked really any of them for the last 20 years. It's not a new thing.
Well, just they're all tossers. Peter, I know you've got to go. So, what is your prediction for the game?
Well, I did say at first my head would be a draw. My heart says a win, and I'm going to go with what my heart says and a 2-1 win.
Nice one, matey. Well, I hope you're right. Right, I'll speak to you soon, buddy.
See you later, Pete.
See you later.
So Pete's got his show straight after this one, of course, the football show. So if you want to be disgusted even more on a Friday, then please tune into that show. Okay. Sorry, was somebody... Go on, Jimmy.
Oh, never mind.
No, come on. What were you going to say?
Oh, well, I did send you that little message from our president that was sent to me from a guy named Mark Byers.
Yes.
It's pretty damn funny.
Yeah, it was. I mean, considering Mark's English, he's he's in the chat tonight, but it was definitely funny. Right, let's bring a couple more in. We've got Colby and we've got Dan with us tonight. Colby, good evening.
Hello, how are you?
Not too bad. Dan, you're looking like you're in, well, I've got no idea where you are, the outer universe somewhere. I mean, I freak out at your green screen sometimes. Who have we just lost there? Oh, Jimmy. Oh, no, he's gone again. Jimmy, what are you doing with your stick, man?
Way.
What's Sam love to know?
I bet it is. Yeah. Yeah, spam. Yes, Jimmy. Okay. Yeah.
It's a medical procedure, so hold on one second.
Yeah, okay. That's what he calls it. Colby, how are you doing?
Good. I've got my older brother here, and he wants to talk about something, and he's very, very annoyed at the situation.
Right, go. You're breaking up, mate. I can't hear you. Has he gone?
That sounds like Northern Irish and an empty can of beans. I've got no idea what that was.
Well, okay.
I want to know what he said now, but I have no idea.
Well, maybe he'll be back. I don't know. Anyway, we'll bring in Bill as well. Are you there, Bill?
I am. How are you?
Not too bad. Where are you calling us from?
Hazelrig.
Hazelrig?
Newcastle.
All right, so you are up in this end of the woods.
Yeah, I'm going to point out, please don't let my accent fool you. I'm an Ashington lad originally. I just happened to grow up in Nottinghamshire. Not my fault.
Oh, kind of a reverse journey of someone else.
Yes.
You're not Paul Galland, are you?
No, but I do write songs and send them in.
Oh, yes.
It's the Bill!
It is!
It's the Bill! Right, well, I'm sorry, guys. Because we've got Bill on, we've got to play it because Sam loves it. We're going to have a bit of a Friday boogie hang on. Bill's with us. Go on, Bill.
Before you do, please, I've got a message for Antacid. And it's not going to go where you think it's going to go. Antacid put a message last time you played it that the song was shite.
Yes, he did, and I had to go at him for it.
I know you did, but he's entitled to believe it's shite. There's music I think is shite, and I took no offence at all. If you don't like AI because it's AI, great. If you don't like the tune because you don't like the tune, it's great.
It's a bit of a laugh, Bill. That's all it is. But the words are brilliant.
And it's also now available on Spotify.
Yeah, but Bill, I've had a record label contact me this afternoon asking for permission to speak to you with the hope of getting it out there. So
Oh my goodness.
I'll be in touch with you over the weekend about that. So anyway, we're going to play the song now. So sit back and relax. And Antacid, if you're watching, it's time to go and smoke your Joby outside while we play this. But enjoy it, everybody. This is called Splinters in Me Ass.
The big things come and get battered. Against the small ones, hopes are shattered. Just one question's from the Toon army. Does he start Longstaff or none? We were halfway down the table, but we play well in the cup. Against Arsenal, we were able to climb a bit further up. We win, we sing, we lose, we cry. It's a Geordie thing, don't ask me why. Should Eddie be gone or is he class? I've been on the fence for so long, I've got splinters in the ass. We are the Mags, and we love the Toon. Wearing black and white, but we're drinking brew. We're all local heroes, we play it every game. We've never been to play the races, but we sing it all the same. We win, we sing, we lose, we cry. It's a Geordie thing, don't ask me why. Should Eddie be gone or is he class? I've been on the fence for so long, I've got splinters in me ass. On the left wing, is it Gordon? Is it Barnes or Big Joe? But who's that playing left back? Dan Burno, please God no. Is Mickey on the right wing? Let that be a nope. We've got 37 goalkeepers, but we pray he'll play Nick Pope. We are the Knights, and we love the Toon. We're black and white, but we're drinking brew. We're all local heroes, we play it every day. We've never been to play the races, but we sing it all the same. We win, we sing, we lose, we cry. It's a Geordie thing, don't ask me why. Should Eddie be gone or is he class? I've been on the fence for so long, I've got splinters in me ass. We love the Toon, we love the Toon. We sing it proud and we're never backing down. We are the Geordie Magpies, playing black and white. Don't confuse us with our neighbours, cause they're a pile of. We love the Toon, we love the Toon. We sing it proud and we're never backing down. We are the Geordie Magpies, we're playing black and white. And when you come to our back garden, you just might die of fright. We win, we sing, we lose, we cry. It's a Geordie thing, don't ask me why. Should Eddie be gone or is he class? I've been on the fence for so long, I've got splinters in me ass.
There you go. Absolutely superb.
I'm blushing.
Bill,
Hell.
Bill, is it okay if I upload it to the Toon Review podcast one as well? So it'll go out to like Google and everything like that, and Apple iTunes and stuff like that. So
I've done that through DistroKid, but
you've done it, have you?
Yeah, I've never done this before, so I don't know how long it's going to take and where it's exactly going to go. But I'm
going to upload it to our podcast one because I think it should be put out there as far and as wide as possible.
I'm going to be honest, Paul, it's the support I've had from the TTR family that's made me want to put it on Spotify. People have been asking for it, and I did it, and it's like it was just a bit of daftness on Saturday night after a fantastic watch along.
Yeah, well, honestly, mate, you've done us proud, and obviously we've adopted it as the TTR song.
Did you get my Prem song that I sent you?
The which one? Sorry.
The Prem song about how the Prem don't like us. It's not as catchy a tune, but
no,
I think
I've
the
also
words are a bit more edgy.
Yeah, I've also you sent the countdown one in as well, didn't you?
I did, just you know.
That's brilliant. Billy, you'll be good. You'll be pleased to know Bill sent in a countdown music song for our giveaways. Yeah, so it's better than the cheese that we used to have. But
I'm just thinking, lads, we star in the music video with Bill.
Oh man, no, you don't need me in the video. I mean, come on. But Sam, there's something I've been wanting to say to you all the time I've been watching, which is before you joined the team. And I love everything the Toon Review do. I'm not just saying that, I mean it. You've got me through a really tough time this year. But I've got one little criticism, and it's a tiny, tiny little criticism, is in the intro, you've got Sam, women's content. And personally, I think Sam is a hell of a lot more than just women's content. I was having a chat with a stranger today, and your football knowledge, neither one of us said for a lass. It was your football knowledge is right up there. So I just wanted that said.
Right.
Thank you.
No problem, Bill, but we're not playing the song anymore on the channel.
Oh, I love your epic rants. Stato, his mind moves at the pace of a tectonic plate.
Jesus Christ, Bill!
But I mean, he's slow to consider, but then what he comes out with is pearls of gold. I mean, I love some of his sayings. Here's a saying for you, Stato, which you've never used. We've got to fondle the gonads of good fortune.
Oh, is that like the lemon of success equivalent?
It is,
I like it.
And Billy, I mean, what can be said about Billy?
Oh, lots.
Oh no! Oh god!
His humor is so similar to my own. I think it's a Billy thing. They wouldn't understand Billy.
Oh no,
Probably right, Bill.
Billy is split hair on the pubic hair of humanity.
But he's been manscaped. Look at him.
Oh, for God's sake, where are we going with this? Anyway, Corby's back with us. Corby, what the hell happened?
Sorry, guys, the connection just went.
Well, it was a terrible connection, mate. It was like we were hearing two voices at once. What did you say, by the way, before you disappeared?
So basically, my brother and me both agreed that we want to talk about Matt Target, and he's just an absolute embarrassment for the club.
Yeah,
he's a disgrace.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think we all agree.
We have some breaking news, by the way. Sorry to interrupt everybody. Paul Dummett has signed for Wigan, official.
Wow.
50 minutes ago.
Moving swiftly on, we've got a super chat from Andy K. Thank you, Andy. Just got that tune on Spotify. Love it. This is why you're the best channel on YouTube. Thank you very much, Andy K. Much appreciated. John, I know you've got a long flight ahead of you, so what's your prediction for the Forest game?
Hearts is 2-0 to us.
2-0 to us.
But I don't want to see Dan Burn in the defence.
Well, you're going to, mate, unfortunately. But, what I'm saying, unfortunately, he's done all right. We'll just... we'll see how things go. Listen, John, you have a safe flight, safe travels, matey. And hopefully I'll bump into you at some point when you're over here.
Yeah, I've actually already got tickets to 3 games. So,
wow. Well, there is a chance I will see you.
You're doing better than me,
games.
Alex. Well done.
2 of them ladies' games, but also Liverpool, which is a real bonus.
Yeah. Well, have a wonderful trip, matey, and we'll see you when you're over here.
Yeah, hope to see some of the Toon members too.
Oh, you will. No doubt about it. Take care, John.
Cheers, John.
Thank you. See ya.
So there was John. Just trying to see. We've got a couple of... Now, this is a man I want to speak to. Allard.
Hey, how are y'all doing?
Right. We're doing fine, matey, but I think it's about time.
Who are you working for?
Who are you working for? Because you keep giving these cryptic messages, and quite frankly, buddy, I'm sick of it.
I'm on the edge of my seat. Is this the Alexander Allard?
It is the Alexander Allard.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
And look at how broad he is. He's like a man mountain. He wasn't born. He was quarried. Jeez.
Oh, all right, Sam. All right, Sam.
Look at
Bloody
you.
hell.
I hate my target.
Recently divorced too when I moved up here.
Oh. Ignore Sam. She's had a drink. Who are you working for?
See, I was going to tell you, but I enjoyed the suspense. I might wait until January when we have the transfer market open.
Alexander, you can kiss my ass, right? I want to know because it's been going on too long, this cryptic messages.
I don't. I'm here for the
I
delayed
hit my target.
gratification.
Well, I can tell you that my job title is that I am a nutritionist and I'm also a technician. When it comes down to the emergency room. I actually was originally an ER tech in Miami and Baptist, and then I moved up to Houston during COVID. And then from there, I just dealt with like life flight. I don't know if I'm sure there's one. I remember seeing one viewer from Houston, so he would probably know what I'm talking about. But I used to work with like life flight and the ER. We were a level 1. I used to work for a level 1 trauma center. So basically, I used to deal with everything under the sun that would come in, from gunshot wounds to
are you good with eczema?
Cardiac arrest. So,
yeah.
Are you good with eczema?
Eczema, my target, fucking eczema.
Love it.
Have you got any advice for Matt Target, Alexander?
Yeah, get some cream. Get a helmet.
No cream. No cream. No cream for my target. Get him out of St. James's Park.
I've got some advice for Target.
What astonishes me is that we all take rotations looking at players, not just Newcastle players, but other players, because we all learn from each other about different techniques and all that stuff. Because at the end of the day, this is still a job.
What kind of players are you looking at?
Huh?
What players are you looking at?
I mean, Alexander, you're moving over here to work, correct?
I already moved, yes.
Yeah, you've already moved. So you're obviously living in the castle again, because we just had a tour again, because you like to do that. Anyway, but who are you working for in the United Kingdom?
I can't really tell you just yet.
Oh, kiss my ass, Alexander!
Medical personnel secrets.
This is shocking. This is a disgrace.
I've never heard of a medical staff member of a team signing an NDA. Like, you've got to, like, surely not. That's not a thing.
I like to be as cryptic as our infamous manager Eddie Howe. Not give away too much, but just give enough away.
Is he your manager in more than one way, Alexander?
Oh no. That I can honestly tell you is that I work with different entities, not just solely for one person.
But you could be part of one entity. Is that right? Maybe part of.
It could be, yes, but like in the United States, like when I worked at Baptist, we used to work with the Miami Heat, the Miami Dolphins, the Marlins. In Houston, I used to do with the Rockets. So it's never just a team. It's individuals that are contracted. It's not so much as somebody is, you work under this person or that person. It's especially
but you've set this up as if you're working with somebody that we would know. So you've done that for a reason.
Yeah, I wanted to move back here because it's where I lived for a few years with my father before he passed away, and
we don't name our sporting teams after dolphins either, so that's better. Sorry, Jimmy.
I don't like the Dolphins.
Why? I mean, they let us down every year, but it's okay.
Oh no.
Ryan, are you with us?
Yeah.
Hey, there you are. Where's your camera?
It's not working. It's just geeking out right now.
All right. Okay.
You don't
get to see my stash.
Oh, you haven't. Not. You still got it.
Of course, all the way till November.
Oh dear God.
I really like it. Keep it.
Sam, what on earth is going on with you?
I don't know.
She's having a great time.
Time.
Yeah, well, I tell you what. Let's bring in another two. We'll just bunch everybody. I can't get anybody else on. Actually.
Mate, the studio is full. You just smash everybody in.
The studio's full. I did. Yeah. Good evening.
What's up? How's everybody?
I'll tell you what. That's a groovy shirt you've got on right there, my friend.
Oh, thank you. Just
you're
working
welcome.
on some high fashion rebranding myself.
Yes. Love that. And I loved you coming on the show last week as well. You had so many great opinions. Thank you for coming back on.
Yeah, even though Sam couldn't be asked, it's all right. Thank you, did you? Coming on. It's fine. It's not a problem. Anyway, Ryan, what would you like to say? Ryan? Oh, Ryan. Orion.
His tash has grown over his mouth. Move on.
Yeah.
Why are you shouting for a constellation?
A what?
Orion. It's a constellation.
Oh, Bill, that's too complicated for me on a Friday night, man.
Too
Anyway,
intelligent for this.
Jack, are you with us?
Yeah, yo, I am here.
Yeah, yo, man. Dan, are you still with us?
No.
You're lying, twat. That's you. Dan, shut up, right? It's too complicated for me on a Friday night. This is getting way out of hand. Just way out of hand. How are you feeling ahead of the game?
Very mixed feelings because our away form is not the best, and Nottingham Forest are doing well right now. But I think we can get a draw. I mean, I know. Please don't hate me, guys.
Right, hang on a minute. You predicted? Didn't you predict us to lose last week?
I'm not sure, but I think the last time I was on, I probably did predict that. But that was not last week. 2 weeks ago, maybe. I don't know.
Possibly, maybe.
He was right then.
Well, yeah. Damn it! What worries you about Nottingham Forest?
I just
Christ, look at the pythons on Alexander. By the way, Jesus Christ, it's bloody Hulk Hogan, man.
Behave.
Yeah.
You've got Sam in a twiz here, Alexander. I hope you know that with your bloody bicep popping tattoos.
Maybe that's why he's doing it. Like,
of course he is.
I am not tall. I am not that big in person.
I am a real American.
That's why he's been
fight for
walking
the
around.
rights of every man. Dun, 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 dun. Alex, if you don't know, that's Hulk Hogan's theme tune.
I haven't heard that in a long time.
I don't know what. I mean, Sam's off the scale tonight. I mean, it's just.
Leave.
I fear for my life if I tell you guys which hospital I work at, because I'm working tonight in the ER. If I tell you, I'll probably show up as one of my patients.
You're in the
See
northeast.
a blonde lady with an orange top
well.
running around all of the hospitals. Run away.
I feel like what is that just appeared on the screen? Who's doing that?
Well, you put it on the screen.
I didn't. My hands are here, woman. I'm not putting anything on the screen. Who was that?
I know it was a nice Newcastle Brown Ale emblem, wasn't it?
Yes, but I'm more bothered about who the hell put it on the screen because I didn't touch it.
Wasn't me.
Oh,
yeah, was it? All right, Shaggy.
There you go.
Bill, anyway, give us a prediction for the Forest game, mate.
Oh, you're going to ask me about that team. I grew up in Nottingham when Cloughie had Forest winning everything. And the last time we won silverware, Robin Hood took it off us on the way home. They are my Sunderland. So if we beat them 17-0, it still won't be enough for me. But an actual prediction, I don't know. I'm going 3-1 to us. I've got to. I can't predict them to win.
No, well, you're damn well right. You can't. Otherwise, you're cancelled off this show. Anyway, Bill, it's lovely
Hold on. Before you go, Bill.
Yes.
Where can we get you on Spotify? Can you please put it in the chat so people can find you, so we can all download it?
Well, it's going to be on the Toon Review one in about half an hour after the show, Sam.
Okay,
and
good.
you've heard of Ashington. Just switch that to
Ah,
Ashingtunes because that's the name
see what
I've
you
gone
did
with.
there. See what you did there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got to get my original hometown of Afghanistan in there somewhere.
Oh dear me.
We do like to give various places and countries a shout out on this show. Good evening, Japan and China. Anyway, Bill, thanks for coming on, matey. I'll speak to you over the weekend.
Okay, absolutely my pleasure. Thank you for having me on. Have a
No
great
problem.
weekend, guys. I'm looking forward to the watch along.
All right, take care, matey.
Bill.
Good
Bye-bye.
night.
To just eat a Rizzler paper.
Was
that a Rizzler you just ate? I thought he was
Yeah,
just
hang on a
rolling
minute.
up a cigarette and then just put it in his mouth.
He's going through all this fitness stuff with us, and then you turn around and say he's eating a Rizzler.
Stop eating things that aren't food.
What is the matter with you?
He's clearly got skin in the game.
That was definitely a Rizzler. I don't
Skin
know
in
what
the
that was,
game.
but he ate something.
Jesus Christ. Peter Garthwaite's come in with a super chat. Do you think there is any coincidence between Eddie Howe's comments about the next manager and Jose's stating he wants the job? Not at all. I don't think there's anything in it at all.
The only coincidence is that Louise Taylor's potentially not had her... Well, we won't go any further because we don't want to get the channel in trouble. But yeah, Louise Taylor, comments. Fill in the blanks.
Guardian. Yes,
Really?
Guardian.
Really?
The experts
You want...
in all things muesli and quinoa, but not football.
Jesus, we've got Lawrence with us as well. Good evening, Lawrence.
Hi, Lawrence.
Good evening.
Right. Jimmy.
Yes.
How do you think it's going to go on Sunday, bud?
2-1. Us.
That's very confident.
Good. Burn will start. And he'll have a little something for that cock-nosed fucker, Chris Wood. So.
He scored 8 goals, Jimmy.
So what? Anybody can score in a whorehouse with $1 bill. Shit.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I'm not sure he's buying his goals, to be fair.
Dollar bills in a whorehouse. I think we've had everything on this show tonight.
Love it.
I just...
Is that not a strip club?
Yes.
Well, Billy will know.
How will I know?
Have you ever
I'm
frequent?
pretty sure. I think I saw Billy in Bangkok sometime.
Wrong person. I had a threesome in Bangkok. It was like winning the lottery.
Oh, you are my favourite person after that comment.
Oh,
I mean, he
my
was in
God.
the cubicle next to mine. So.
Oh my God! Aditya, I did not realize you had a sense of humor as bad as that. Unbelievable.
He's one of our own. He's one of our own.
He is absolutely one of our own. John Adams, thank you for your super chat. Hope to hear Bill's song at St James's Park. It would be mint. Absolutely. Mark Byers says Louise Taylor, the tide wouldn't take her out. Oh, dear.
Pull it down.
You started this, Alex. Joe says Louise Taylor hasn't had her 5 of spades eaten and beaten. Oh,
please can we do a thread of
Alex
Louise Taylor things?
No, Alex, it's no.
We have so many creative people in the chat. I'm so sure we can do better than that.
I just had to take his glasses off because his comments have made him sweat profusely. I am lost for words. I mean, Billy in Bangkok, that is just genius.
Fuck it.
Oh God.
That's the name of the place, ain't it?
That's Phuket, Billy, and that's not in India.
North Bangkok.
No, it's not.
Bangkok's not. What were you doing in What were you doing in Bangkok, Aditya?
Aditya?
I was mixing work with pleasure. Let's just say that.
Love that. Get in.
Always a good answer. That's
I don't want to
always
be
a
in
good
your. I don't want to be in your gang, mate.
I kind of do. Yeah. Love that.
Anyway, speaking of a person who's recently had experiences of the Lady Boys, Ryan's back with us. Are you there, mate?
Yeah, I was in Bangkok too. Great place.
Yeah. We see from some of the photos, but didn't you come back with an illness?
No, I got salmonella when I came back from eating
You
shawarma.
fucking salmonella, my ass. I know what you came back with.
Syphilis.
What did you say, Jimmy?
Syphilis Nilla.
Wow.
I never
Anyway,
knew what fish tasted like till I was in Bangkok.
Oh dear Lord, this is. I just have nothing to say anymore. Jimmy, what's your prediction, matey, for Sunday?
Oh, I said 2-1.
Oh yes, you did. Right. Well, you go and join the Trump parties, matey, and we'll see you next time. Take care, Jimmy.
Bye.
Keep the faith, mate.
We love Jimmy. We love him. He's a nutcase, but we love him. I nearly ended the stream there, guys. Hang on a minute. I just need to take this down.
I just had a sort of a thing that I wanted to talk about, and I wanted Stato's opinion on it as well, especially because he's into data, if that's okay.
Well, it depends what data you're into. I mean, price of strippers and stuff like that. I don't think he'd be able to answer you.
So, if you remember, Eddie said something very interesting in the last press conference. He said that he would be more concerned about losing with the way we were playing at the start of the season. But right now, he was not that concerned when we weren't getting results because he thought that we were playing better. And I wanted Stato's take on that because, he follows XG quite closely, right? So in XG, it's the average player that scores, right? And it's very difficult to outperform your XG even by 10 or 15%, right? So if XG is sort of evening out across the time, then I don't think we should be that concerned about the performances, even though, let's say, we might not get results, right? I mean, because I see all this hysteria, right? And I get that's football. But there's just so much hysteria after losing, even though we play well, and that's really sort of gets sometimes. So, Stato, what do you think about that? Because you go through a lot of the data, so what do you think about that?
You've summed it up very well. Yeah, it is, and this is what I tried to kind of.
What is that? What is that? That's not a cat.
It's a Maine Coon, isn't it? It's a big cat.
It's a mountain
You realize
lion.
his cat is as big as he is. So his cat is like
Got
the cat
biceps.
Look at
version
the
of him.
size of it.
You never seen a pussy as big as that before?
Oh my god! Maybe in Bangkok.
Did you? That's enough.
Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, I mean, I was optimistic to a point because the data was positive. However, I don't. There were certain elements to that were still frightening.
I'm all right. I just spilt me pop.
In terms of we weren't learning from our high line with slow defenders, and that even though it wasn't always a problem, we were still giving up reasonable opportunities that weren't necessarily translating to good XG for the opposition. And it was just silly. It was silly little things that I don't think we were learning from. That, and I thought, and this is something that me and Billy talked about on a recent podcast, was if we got to the Forest game and it had been all losses, that's the beginning of the end for Eddie. And I stand by that. I think it would have been, regardless if the performances were there, because there is a turning point. There is a certain point you've got to reach where results matter, and you have to throw caution to the wind with style to just get points. Because with the club's ambition and trajectory, you can't be sat in sort of 15th and below and out of the Carabao Cup going into December. It's a quite precarious position, and the club would have had a conversation about, right, do we allow him to get to January to see if we can revive whatever this is? And it would have been quite challenging to do that. So, yeah, I agree. Over a long enough period of time, XG always wins, especially on a team level. For individual players, there are always players that can outperform XG. Erling Haaland is currently, as we speak, about 12 goals ahead of his own XG career to date, which is very impressive. Jamie Vardy's somebody that has historically outperformed his XG. Players can do it if they are elite finishers, and that is why they can break the model. But in terms of a team game, it always catches up with you eventually. So, yeah, Eddie's absolutely bang on by that, which is why when he was posed his set pieces question from Jordan Cronin, he referenced XG in the set pieces. He said, look, the XG from set pieces is pretty high. So I'm not going to throw my toys out the pram just yet because we are creating decent enough opportunities. We're just not getting them in the back of the net. And it's a data-driven approach by Eddie that he's always taken, and he's more about the bigger picture. But even me as a fan, I get a bit twitchy because I'm like, yeah, but we need points. So it does get, it's fine. It's fine. But I'm even though I love data, I'm still just as emotional as everybody here. And I sometimes go, oh God, but we are really slipping down the table, and sometimes it's the emotions do take over. So.
Yeah, all of us do.
Whoa. Sorry, right? You two need to get a room, right? That's the longest answer ever in the history of TTR. So I am now like, you've had your question, and can I just say that while Alex was baffling on about stats, Sam screenshotted the screen when Alexander was standing there with his arms folded, because I swear to God, I swear to God, the man looked like Dwayne Bloody Johnson stood there with his arms folded. I mean,
look at him cracking his knuckles now.
I know.
To be fair, Paul, I would have been finished a lot quicker if you hadn't dropped your Coke all over the floor.
Thank you. But Alexander cracks his knuckles. Alexander, will you be quiet a minute? I don't know what's got into you tonight. Alexander cracks his knuckles and there's earthquakes in San Antonio. It's unbelievable. I mean, honestly, he's gone from Hulk Hogan to the bloody Rock. Sam can't even concentrate on drinking a wine. She can't even find her mouth. Look, it's gone to pieces. She's turned into gravy.
Paul, shut up.
I mean, Alexander, which hospital are you at? Because I think Sam may have an emergency later.
She wouldn't be the first one either.
Oh my God! Hey, I tell you what, dear God.
I'd be the fucking last though.
Sam! Oh, dear me.
Oh God.
Bill, that's a disgusting comment, but I'm going to put it up anyway. Oh, hang on a minute. That's not the right one. There's an earthquake in Sam's bedroom, according to Bill. So there you go.
That'd have been
you wouldn't know.
She blames it on the pugs.
Blame it on the pugs. Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, Ryan, are you still there with your itchy balls?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good. Right, Alexander, before you depart, what's your prediction, mate?
I'm gonna go with 1-0. Defensively, I think we've shorted up a bit. Forrest may have pace, but I feel like we have dealt with the pace of Arsenal with angles, and I think it's going to be a goal from Gordon. I just think, from what I've seen personally, Isak's head's not in it right now. It could be a lot of things. It could be a mental block. I mean, hopefully the goal against Arsenal would unlock something, because from seeing it from my point of view as a medical personnel, you could read body language, and body language is something like, it's very obvious when a player's head is down or their head is turned, they're not fully committed. But his is a weird one. His is more of a mental frustration, where if you go to the game and you see him when he's off the ball, he tends to look at the ground more often than not than he used to. So that could be a mental block. Maybe he's overthinking a step over. Maybe he's overthinking his pace, or if he can beat two defenders like he used to, like he did last year. But as far as Forrest, they're a very good team, despite what people may say about them. Because if you have to take it how it is, they're in the table. They're that high up on the table for a reason. But people said the same thing about us when we were up there at one point, where everybody said, it's a stroke of luck, it's the games we played, players haven't been playing against Newcastle. But I think it's going to be 1-0, and it's going to be from Gordon in the 54th minute. And then
50. Wow, we're getting the minutes as well. Listen, it's funny you should talk about body language, because we can read Sam's all night long since you've come on the screen. But anyway, stop putting them up, Alex. Listen, we are Sam will be pleased to know that we are planning on getting Alexander on for a full show to talk about the nutrition and the injuries and stuff like that. So it will be a bit more serious. But thanks for coming on, Alexander. You'll probably bump into Sam later on.
I mean, if she wanted a photo, she could have just asked me to pose. I would have posed for her.
Oh my God.
Can someone have a defibrillator nearby, please? CPR. Anyone?
I don't know where this show's going anymore. Alexander, take care, mate. We'll speak soon.
See you, Alexander.
Oh, by the way, Alexander, I still haven't got my chair. What's going on?
Let me go check on that right now. I thought you have, because I haven't heard from you back, but I'll go check up on it. They've been doing some weird stuff, because I still haven't gotten my furniture. I had to buy new furniture.
Oh my God! Right, well, let us know, matey, and we'll speak soon about getting you on.
All right, take care.
All right, take care, buddy. Good night. Good night.
This isn't the chair of the Thailand variety that you once spoke about, is it?
I beg your pardon.
Did you not remember that?
Interesting. What was this, Alex?
I'm not sure Sam was with us at that point. Billy, do you remember this?
No.
When he broke his chair, he wanted another chair, but there was a bit of a slip up.
I remember, yeah. I do remember now. I don't know what he said, but I remember something.
No, I cannot sit on Thailand chairs or Chinese chairs because they're made for smaller people, right?
That's not what we. No. That's not. What
I cannot sit on them chairs, and
that's not what you said.
No,
don't worry, that's not.
no,
You said something completely worse now, but that wasn't what you originally.
Well, no, I'm just saying that listen. You know, when Top Gear went to where did they go? Oh man! Ah shit! Where did they go? They went to that
Philippines.
How many cans have you got on that desk?
5. Not the Vietnam. That's it. And I'm sure they were talking before they bought the motorbikes on the sort
Scooters.
of.
Those are
they were sitting by at a cafe, and the chairs were built for smaller people. But anyway,
I never had that.
Ryan, what's your prediction?
Honestly, I think Forest are going to win 2-1.
You're going to what, sorry?
Forest are going to win 2-1.
Forest are going to win?
Yeah, I just think that this is just a minor win. I feel like it'll go back to the old ways for some reason.
No, I'm sorry, mate. That STD's gone to your head. Good night. So anyway, that was Ryan. Aditya, what is your prediction?
1-1.
1-1.
Yeah, I think it'll be a draw. Which is
Let's
good,
not be too
bad
harsh,
in
Paul. They are third in the league, to be fair. People are allowed to be.
And we are
not
Newcastle
happy.
United.
We are.
Fine, 4-0.
That's better.
Let's go.
Anyway,
What?
You guys have a good night.
What is going on with him? Have you? I mean,
I love him. Love it.
is there something in the air going across India at the moment? Did you by any chance? You know, just it's causing you just to.
Just to.
I don't know. Just
Mate, he's got you. He's completely got you. Just move on.
He does have you. He does have you. Just
your mind has been Billy Trey tonight.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm just a happy guy.
Listen, mate, we absolutely love you. Get yourself back on next week, man.
Good night, guys.
All right, you take care. Good night. Wow. I mean, wow. I mean, they've all been brilliant. By the way, Ryan, I was going to bring you back on. I don't know where you disappeared, but you know how I like to, cut you off and then bring you back, but you disappeared. Unbelievable.
Can I just do a mention, by the way? I've not mentioned this to Paul. After PD's show, I will be in the TTR Tavern in the Discord tonight. I don't know if anybody is joining me from the host
I
selection,
think I'll
but we will
join
see.
that. Yeah, let's do that.
So in the Discord
Feeling
is
sassy.
TTR Tavern. Go and join in. There'll be some of us there, but I'll wait until after PD's show just to let him finish that off.
I'm not. I've had enough of yous. Alexander says, I'll make sure to wear my long sleeve shirt next time, Lady Sam.
She was thinking vests.
I was thinking out.
Ryan's already waiting for you in the tavern. So he's already there. Billy, do we have a story to finish the show?
I guess so. I guess we can do one.
So let's enjoy a little bit of Lady Sam's vocals, shall we?
It's that time in the TTR show to sit back and relax and let the laughter flow. Billy's here to regale us with another tale.
Stato's turned invisible. By the way, Alexander's wants to be in the Discord later on, so there you go, Sam. That's another reason to join. Anyway, Billy, regale us.
Yeah, well, I'm going back. Well, it's not too long actually, but my brother is very not known for having a lot of brains. But his mate at school, his best mate, a lad called Graham, was really clever. And they didn't see each other for years and years and years and years. And my brother bumped into him in the town one day. And he said, "It's Graham, isn't it?" And Graham said, "God, yeah. God, Chris, how you doing, mate?" 10, 15 years since I last seen you. What you up to, Graham? He said, "I'm at university." He said, "University? No way." He said, "You were clever, but you weren't that clever." He said, "What are you studying there?" He said, "Well, I'm studying something called logics." He said, "Logics? What's that?" He said, I'll explain. I'll do a little experiment on you. He says, "I haven't seen you 15 years, so I'm just going to say a few things and I'm going to tell you what logics are." He says, "Are you married now?" He said, "Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am." He said, "So I'm guessing you don't live at home anymore?" He said, "I don't, no." He said, "I'm also guessing you've got your own house." He said, "That's right, I do." He said, "In your house, you've probably got a couple of kids." He said, "I have." He said, "And in your garden, you may have a fish pond." He said, "I do have a fish pond." Unbelievable. He says, "And obviously, because you're married, you don't masturbate anymore." He says, "No, that is correct." He said, "Well, that's logics. I've gone through a series of things there and came to the right conclusion." And Pete was like, "Yeah, that's unbelievable, you know." So Chris was like, "Yeah, I can't believe that." And he phoned me up. He says, "She never gets you. I bumped into you down at town." Yes, I do. He said, "Graham." He says, "What, your mate from school, Graham?" I said, "Yeah, I haven't seen him for 15 years. He says, "Yeah, I know. You were really close mates at school." He said, "What's he up to now?" And he says, "Well, he's at university. He's studying something called logics." He said, "Well, what the friggin' hell is logics when it's at home? How can you study something like that?" He said, "I'll explain to you." He said, "Have you got a fish pond?" I said, "No." He said, "You're a fucking wanker then."
Jesus Christ. Fuck's sake. There you go, there you go, everybody. Thank you very much for that. Listen, we've gone way over time today, but it's been a cracking show. It's been a great laugh, as per usual on a Friday. Great way to start the weekend. Thank you to all who came on the forum. Thank you for your super chats and memberships. Thank you to Lady Sam and, of course, Alex and Billy. But thank you to you guys, spending an hour and a half with us on a Friday night, having a good laugh. It's been great in the chat as well. So thank you, everybody. We hope you've enjoyed the show. Back to the serious stuff on Sunday, of course, 1:30 p.m. Match Day Live, full commentary of the game, which kicks off at 2 o'clock at the City Ground. And hopefully 3 more points to go into the international break. But thank you, everybody, for watching. It's been fantastic. And we will see you over the weekend. But in the meantime, good night.
Here's the thing. Away the lads and lasses.
Come back and check out some green.